Thank you, Hugh. Good evening once again. And there's no doubt this stadium has not been full for a league game since the South Wales derby here early last season. And another capacity crowd inside the Swansea.com stadium here tonight. And although Swansea were claiming on the big screen before kick-off that their rise up the divisions, as opposed to Wrexham's, was earned, not bought, their words, not mine, there is no doubt that Wrexham are certainly a big draw, and they have sold out their allocation away to our left-hand side, which the Friday before Christmas is a pretty good effort. And it's Wrexham who will get the game underway in their red shirts, white shorts and red socks. Attacking the goal away to our left, Swansea wearing all white. The first league meeting since March of 2003. So much has happened to both clubs since. Swansea have been up to the Premier League, Wrexham have been down to non-league, but there's no doubt which club is heading in the right direction at the moment. And it's Wrexham, backed by their Hollywood millions, who will get this game underway. Swansea City also under American ownership, but their model has been very different in recent years. Our referee is Oliver Langford, assisted by Mark Stevens and David Harrison. Gavin Ward is the fourth official. And it's Wrexham who get the game underway. And Callum Doyle quickly knocks it long, looking for Kiefer Moore, who wins his first aerial duel of the night. It's almost won back by Dobson for Wrexham, but then it's cleared away up towards the halfway line by Cleworth. And it's a typically frenetic start. Of course, this game, not really a derby due to the distance between the two clubs, but there's no doubt that the build-up to this match has shown that it really matters in the short term to both, on and off the field, as Longman heads it downfield on this near side for Wrexham, and Franco with the first foul of the game on Dobson, and it will be a free kick on this near side for Wrexham. And Chris Owellamo, terrific atmosphere, and it's been a very, very frenetic start.
Yeah, it has. I think there has been opportunities that you're looking at Cleworth. I think he can get the ball down and play, but it's all about just two-touch. Can you play it forward with a little bit of quality? The ball comes to Longman as well. Little blind one round the corner, but I think he just take his thing out of it. Keep control, get your head up and play quality down to the channel, because when that's actually pulled into that channel already, every single aerial duel, he's already had 3 aerial duels, he's went up and won them all. Kiefer Moore, so again, play to your advantage, play to your strengths. Can you give him quality? Can you give him something to go and attack? Swansea, you look at stamina, it's got the ball, covers a lot of distance, doesn't he? Here, there and everywhere, but it's in that transition where I think he's just excellent. He can get his head up, can play a pass, always wants the ball in tight positions as well.
Swansea 19th in the table, 4 points above the relegation zone. Wrexham 15th, but it's so concertinaed in the middle third of the table that they start this match 6 points outside the playoff places, and that's despite only 3 points from 12 in their recent run. But that defeat against Hull, their only loss in their last 11 league games, but there have been plenty of draws involved in that as well, as Cleworth plays it forward towards Dobson, but it's all the way back towards Dominic Hyam. And now a long ball forward to this near side, seeking out Longman, but it's headed away by Hyam, and then Burgess heads it forward up towards the halfway line, and Timon tries to win it back for Swansea. Waddell challenging Dobson, and it spins out of play off the Wrexham player, and it's gathered by Vitor Matos, the relatively new coach of Swansea. 2 wins and 3 losses since he arrived, but both crucial victories against sides beneath them in the table, Portsmouth and Oxford. Franco plays it forward wide to the far side, looking for Ronald, but it's quickly cut out, and Doyle brings it forward now for Wrexham. Moore lays it wide to this near side, and Longman will try and attack down the right. The early cross into the area, headed away at the near post by Burgess. Longman then leaping in, but it's Timon who will clear, and then Timon high up towards the halfway line, where it's quickly returned by Hyam towards the edge of the penalty area. And then Waddell looking to rise with Dobson, but Wrexham win it back again. Sheaf wide to this near side, but well seen by Timon, who steps in before Longman, and then the Noosa tries to break over the halfway line, but careering in with the challenge was Dobson, and it will be a throw-in for Swansea, 10 yards inside their own half. 3 minutes played here at the Swansea.com Stadium on TalkSport 2, and it's Wrexham 0, Swansea 0.
Yeah, Wrexham are just showing that little bit more quality, getting the ball down, playing it forward with an idea, keeping possession of the ball. Swansea at the minute haven't really got out of that defensive third. Now they've seen little bits of the ball, but Wrexham without the ball, they're putting that pressure on, pressing very, very well, forcing this. Look at this now, basically 4v4. This is Swansea, where I think you can actually turn that high defensive line of Wrexham and then get yourself up the pitch, because you're nowhere near at the minute. And Wrexham have got this, shown really good quality under good pressure as well to play through the thirds, albeit the pass was astray there.
And Wrexham have now given the ball away. Here is Waddell, and Stamanic works it wide to the far side, and Ethan Galbraith, who is a central midfielder by trade, but playing as right back at the moment ahead of Josh Key, who is on the bench this evening, as it's worked down the line by Timon on this near side, but quickly closed down by Longman. And Chris, it's a bit of a myth to say that when Wrexham are on the rise that they play great football, but what they do play is relentless winning football.
Well, that's it. No, it's efficient, isn't it? I think it's probably a little bit more direct, picking up second balls. It's being competitive, having that energy, being able to defend and go and win headers in both boxes, but they've been able to capitalise on creating opportunities. Not many opportunities, but it's right that they've got quality in there that can put the ball in the back of the net, but they have shown good quality in this game already, trying to play it as we're seeing.
But now the ball ricochets forward off for Potnick, looking for Ronaldo, who wins the challenge, and then he's penalised for handball, and he wags a finger towards the referee, Oliver Langford, and Wrexham almost caught out there. Ronaldo closing down the challenge, and maybe he was unlucky.
Yeah, I think he's very unlucky here. It's I don't understand how I don't even think it came off the hand there. Looking at it from another angle on the monitor now. What can he do about that, honestly? Come off the elbow there.
But it's an attacking handball,
yeah,
so
I know.
The laws of the game, that's handball.
Spot on, Nigel, spot on.
6 minutes played, 0-0.
But that's what he needs to do, Ronaldo. Just try and be alert, anticipate that error, that pressure.
Flicked on by Moore again, looking for McLean, but he's flagged offside as the cross into the penalty area is deflected behind, but it's a goal kick, or rather a free kick for Swansea anyway. This is the first meeting since March of 2003. That was at the old Vetchfield. A 0-0 draw. Swansea survived under Brian Flynn that season, and Wrexham went up ultimately from the fourth tier under Dennis Smith. And of course Brian Flynn, previous to his time with Swansea, had a brilliant spell with Wrexham, really revived that club. Now Ronaldo plays it wide to Anusa down the right, the cross in looking for Vopotnik, but it's cleared away at the far post by Cleworth. But now Timon for Swansea, hits it from long range, blocked by Cleworth right on the edge of the penalty area. Appeals for handball, but it would have been harsh. But now Wrexham can break with Moore over the halfway line, quickly covered though by Cabango, but it's wide towards Longman on this near side. He's taken down by Franco, and it will be a free kick.
Well, it's a silly challenge from Franco there as well. I've got to say, he's not going anywhere there, Longman. He's went back. You see Kiefer Moore had a real opportunity just to put Windass there. Has to go first time. He's asking that question in behind.
Windass making that running behind again there, but it was never the right sort of ball for him to try and attack.
Yeah, but when you're a Sheaf and you're a Dobson, a Longman, you've got a player playing on the shoulder. Kiefer Moore will present. He will try and kind of come in and showcase. That's when you can ask that little question in behind, because when Kiefer Moore does come and present, the likes of Cabango, Burgess is coming all the way with him. So when that's looking the other way, you have to be able to see that and execute that pass.
Nearly 8 minutes played, 0-0 here at the Swansea.com Stadium. We had torrential rain before kick-off, but it's given way now to a dry, cold evening in the southwest of Wales, as Wrexham are caught offside once again, just inside the Swansea half, and Galbraith won the free kick, looking to find Danusa now. Plays it back towards Vopotnik on the edge of the penalty area. Left foot shot from him is closed down by Cleworth, and it's scrambled clear. Galbraith will try and gather again, but he's lost out to Moore. Moore will try and break beyond Cabango, but Cabango comes across, wins the ball, and the ball has just spun out of play. It will be a throw-in for Wrexham, but Swansea playing that high line, which could be very dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous, but like you say, playing that high line, it allows the likes of Anusa to get on the ball the way that he did there. Fantastic quality just to find the Putnik the way that he did. First touch, outstanding. Second, even better, and it had to be dealt with, had to be defended well. Very good defender from Cleworth.
Throw in for Wrexham on the far side. And Zander Potnik, the leading goal scorer with 10 goals for Swansea so far this season, but a problem for them is there haven't been enough from elsewhere, as it's cleared up to the halfway line by Swansea again. And Wrexham have been the draw specialists, 10 so far, the most in the EFL, and they've drawn 5 of their 7 away games since their last victory at Norwich on the 20th of September. And they've not scored more than once in any of those games, often against some pretty good sides. They have taken the lead, but they've not held on for the victory. Galbraith now plays it down the line, looking for Ronald. He's bowled over on the far side, and it will be a free kick, the foul by Thomason.
It's interesting, Nigel, when you look at the way that Parks obviously has Thomason, he's got Dobson in there, he's got Sheaf as the 3, but you're looking at Vidal for Swansea and Franco. They actually the more advanced, just to try and go light for light, man for man. There's no overload, so it's like you say, I like this from Vitor Matos on the front foot, trying to nullify it, but then puts them in great positions when they get the ball. That can they be in those little pockets to be a threat and getting and progress up the pitch.
Vigouroux plays up towards the halfway line, but Wrexham had it back, but only briefly. Now Anusa will try and chase a ball inside the central defender Cleworth on this near side, but he does well to judge that. A player who came through Wrexham's academy and has also featured in every single minute so far in the Championship this season. A flick from Vidal to find Timon inside the penalty area. Now Anusa down the Swansea left. Nearly 11 minutes played here on TalkSport 2. 0-0. As the crossing from Vidal is headed away, quickly back towards the edge of the penalty area, and Franco, Timon with the cross in for Potnik, trying to chest the ball down, but he was heavily outnumbered. But Swansea gradually getting around the ball here and winning it back. Here is Timon, wide towards Anusa again, comes infield onto the right foot, Vidal, but his ball is straight to Dobson and he booms it downfield. Wrexham lacking subtlety at times in those sorts of areas, but they work so hard to win that second ball.
Yeah, worked very hard to get second ball. I've got to say, Swansea have really got into the game now. That 3 timing, Anusa and Vidal linking up very, very well. Good crosses coming into the box, albeit timing, put it into Vopotnik's chest. I think, can you lift it, go and give him something to attack on the head? But those 3 linking up very, very well down this left-hand side.
Marcus Brown with an equaliser for AFC Wimbledon. 1-1 now at Northampton in League 1. And the only goals in League 2 tonight. It's still 1-1 between Crewe and Bristol Rovers. I saw the Bristol Rovers team coach heading the other way up the M4 earlier on today. Steve Evans, of course, his first game in charge. As Longman comes forward now on this near side for Wrexham. Back towards Cleworth. And Dobson tries to thread it back towards Longman, but Anusa was in the way. But then Cleworth comes in with a challenge on Anusa. No free kick given. Longman with the first time ball into the penalty area, cleared away by Burgess at the near post, and now Galbraith will try and get the ball under control, and he hammers it long downfield looking for Ronald. But again, the Swansea attackers are heavily outnumbered in that sort of situation, and it's cleared away by Doyle on the far side. Now Doyle infield to Ben Sheaf, a player who was signed after finding himself surplus to requirements at Coventry, mainly thanks to the arrival of Matt Grimes from Swansea. Now Longman chasing a good ball forward from Dobson for Wrexham. On this near side, the right. He'll take on Timon now and try and break into the penalty area. Oh, it's an own goal! The cross in from Longman, and guided in at the near post by Burgess. Terrific ball in from Longman, and Burgess stooping at the near post, bulleted the header beyond Vigouroux, who never moved, and it's Swansea 0, Wrexham 1.
What's an excellent ball over the top, fantastic run from Ryan Longman. He's in a 1v1 scenario, he gets at his man, it's a wonderful ball. He's trying to look who it is. It's Dobson. It's a wonderful ball, isn't it? Asking a question in behind, just slowed up as well. 1v1 scenario, doesn't really have to beat his man, just gets that yard and just puts it right in the mix. I think Burgess has to try and he has to make contact. You know, he probably get a little bit more on it there. I've got to say, I don't think Vigouroux has any opportunity to save that. All the pace was on the cross. Burgess gets that slight touch. He actually gets a strong contact on it. It's a fantastic header into the near top corner. Unstoppable, wasn't it? But like you say, it's put the ball in the mix, and you never see it. Ask that question, see what happens.
And that's what Wrexham do so well.
Yeah,
They've got players who win it in the midfield. They get the ball wide very quickly, and delivery like that will always cause problems.
No, you're spot on. I think Longman asking that question in behind, because he knows the quality of Dobson can find him. And if you're in those wide areas, 1v1 scenario, it's all about end product, balls coming in the box, and it didn't even beat the first man, but it was one of those crosses in between the last defender and goalkeeper that Burgess had to make a contact. Unfortunate for him.
Wrexham ahead once again away from home, but they have given away 15 points from winning positions so far this season, which is the highest number in the Championship. But just as Swansea were beginning to work their way into the game, the own goal from Cameron Burgess, yet to score a league goal for Swansea, but now he has scored for Wrexham. And the back pass from Hyam to Okonkwo, who hammers it long downfield again, more challenging Galbraith, but neither can win the ball.
What else can Kiffer do there? No wonder he's had a strong look at James McLean there. He's occupied the defender, the ball's bounced in behind. Someone has to gamble. You know, if you're going to play out, you're going to play direct to Kiefer Moore. He doesn't have to win the ball to bring you, to give you an advantage.
Adrian Thibault has been sent off for Crewe at home to Bristol Rovers. Still 1-1 at Gresty Road. As Anusa now flicks the ball infield towards Vopotnik on the edge of the Wrexham penalty area. It breaks out towards Ronaldo on the far side, who tangles with McLean right in front of the assistant. No free kick given, but Franco wins it back. His cross is deflected behind, and Swansea have their first corner.
That's a great reaction from Swansea. The ball goes into Anusa. He does a little flick inside. I think Vopotnik should be anticipating that. You know the player, you know the quality. If he is anticipating it, he's definitely getting an opportunity to go. We're just coming onto it, just inside the 18-yard box. He's reactive. Wrexham defend well, but again, Ronaldo keeping the pressure on, Franco keeping the pressure on. What I will say, if I'm going to be overly critical, Franco has to put the cross in a lot earlier than that. He allowed Wrexham to get back, get set, and then eventually get that challenge in.
Nearly 17 minutes played. Swansea corner down their right-hand side. And Vopotnik supported inside the penalty area by Cabango and Stamanik. And it's swung in towards Vopotnik, but headed away by Doyle at the near post. Now Windass hooks the ball over his shoulder, looking for the pace of Longman in behind down the left-hand side, but Vidal did well to keep up with him, slide in to make the challenge, and Wrexham have a throw-in on the far side, and it's taken quickly, and Windass with long sleeves and gloves, not sure it's that cold, and now it's back towards Cleworth again. High from him, wide towards McLean, appeals for offside, but nothing given, and then the flag belatedly is raised.
No, I'm not having it. He can't be offside there. He's so expansive as well. Yellow card for kicking the ball away as well there, Nigel. But McLean is looking right across the line. He should not be offside there. That's the outlet, that's the pass. Swansea are shuffled right across. Just make sure that you just walk that couple of yards, get yourself back on side, and you're an outlet then. Thomason, yellow card.
Yeah. Well, there was no need for that, and he's
no point.
got to manage that for a long time now.
No, you're spot on. You talk about discipline, the importance of keeping everyone on the pitch. What a silly yellow card to take.
This the first of 5 games in 17 days for both of these clubs and all of the clubs in the EFL, and it's actually 4 in 10 starting on Boxing Day, and both these teams will be featured on the TalkSport network. Swansea away to the leaders Coventry, and Wrexham at home to Sheffield United. That's the 5:30 kick-off as Anusa tries to bring it forward on this near side, but he runs it out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Wrexham on this near side.
Yeah, he's been lively though, Anusa. You know, he's switched channels as well. Always wants the ball, very, very direct. I've got to say he's been marshalled very well at the minute. You're looking at Cruth. He's getting touch tight as well. He's getting a little bit of help from Dobson. But that's an outlet for Swansea for sure.
And now Dominic Hyam. High up towards Kiefer Moore, beaten to it in the air by Burgess, whose own goal divides the two sides at the moment. Vidal infield to Stamanic, who rather lunges in there on Thomason, and it will be the first yellow card for Swansea inside the centre circle.
Well, if I'm Stamanic there, I'm looking at Vidal and saying, what are you doing? It's a little out touch. He's actually trying to apologise to him now. It's a silly touch from Vidal, especially in a game, and he's already committed to the challenge here. You know, I think once that, maybe don't go to ground, just try and force the ball backwards, try and get as close to the player so you can get a contact. But Vidal, in that moment, if anything, if you're going to do it one touch in behind, where you've got the likes of Vipotnik asking the question, Ronaldo tucked in, and Anusa always an outlet.
Dobson will take the free kick. Swansea pulled every single white shirt back behind the ball. 20 minutes played, Wrexham leading by 1-0 on TalkSport 2 in the Sky Bet Championship. A win for Wrexham, and they will go within 3 points of the playoff places, and they've got 2 home games to come at the start of the holiday period against Sheffield United and Preston Sheffield United and Preston before away games against Blackburn and Derby. Swansea have got Coventry and Oxford away, then they're at home to West Brom and away to Millwall, and if they lose this one tonight and results go against them tomorrow, they'll be spending Christmas looking over their shoulders once again. Sheaf plays a dangerous crossfield ball for Wrexham, cut out by Ronaldo, and now Galbraith coming from right to left to find Anusa on this near side, and now Timon, the width disappearing as Anusa and Galbraith both come in field, and then Galbraith goes down under the challenge of Sheaf on this near side. No free kick, and Wrexham once again have the throw-in. And at the moment, Chris, Wrexham are playing the much smarter football.
Yeah, they are. You know, I think I wouldn't say it's pretty or exciting, but like you say, efficient. I think Galbraith coming at that, playing at the right back position, he does have that freedom to come in and try and create that overload centrally. You know, I think they have to take risks to kind of to affect this game, to try and get back in it. I think they've reacted. They're using the ball a little bit better, but this Wrexham side is very comfortable without it, Nigel. You know, they can sit and say, go play in front of us, shuffles around, and then when they go together. This is what I really like. Look at the defensive line stepping up, and look at that front 4, that front 5. Can they go and affect it? Great little touch as well.
Vipotnik now with a flick on this near side, doesn't quite find Anusa, and it will be a throw-in for Wrexham.
He's guilty of coming to the ball. Anusa, he gets sucked. He's watching, whereas he should look at Vipotnik. Where's the space? The space is exactly where the touch went, and I think if he does, and he anticipates that, he's taking his first touch towards the 18-yard box, and he can actually open up. He's not going to be caught there.
Dobson forward, but here is Timon. Jab down the line for Vidal. And Ronaldo will make the run into the penalty area, but Doyle comes across to challenge him, and then the challenge by Doyle on Ronaldo, and no penalty is the call.
It's a penalty kick, Nigel. He comes on the blind side. I'll need to see it on the monitor because he takes the ball. Oh, wait a minute, no, he's went to kick, so fair play to the referee. He gets the ball and he kicks the leg. Is there a contact? Is there a slight contact on the foot first? It's it's a lazy challenge. Very easily, if it's given, there can't be too many arguments. But Ronaldo does actually put the legs into the player, but he still leaves a lazy leg there, Nigel. He doesn't make contact with the ball either.
Well, Oliver Langford gave a goal kick straight away. And now Ronaldo again, wide on the right-hand side, but it's won back by Wrexham's midfield, and the early ball forward looking for Windass, and Burgess with a header back towards Vigouroux.
He didn't put Ronaldo, did he? He never did he?
I don't think it was a dive.
So there's contact. So he's got to the ball first and there's contact.
Well, you can be challenged and go over it and not be a dive, though, surely. But I think if there'd been VAR, that would have been a very interesting call. But of course there isn't, so we play on. So but Oliver Langford was some way behind the play when he gave that decision as well, and he was looking from behind. So of course we get the benefit of 2 or 3 angles straight away, which he doesn't have. But had he given that, I don't think anyone would have been too surprised.
Yeah, I've got to agree with that.
And at the moment, Swansea may just feel that luck is against them. 24 minutes played. To a certain extent, the own goal was self-inflicted, but they may believe that 1 or 2 other things have just gone against them as Vitor Matos paces around his technical area. And now Vopotnik has picked up a loose ball and found Franco, and here is Ronaldo down the left. His cross, though, has been blocked. Franco regathers, though. Here is Stamanik. Galbraith now down the right. And Swansea moving the ball forward in rather laboured fashion, so as a result, Wrexham have got the opportunity to cover, but good ball from Galbraith, finding Ronaldo, who goes for goal. An audacious effort from the angle, but it's high over the top.
Yeah, wrong decision. And when you said Ronaldo, his cross was blocked, that was a shot as well, by the way. I just don't understand why he's going. He should have the composure just to cut it back. Look, edge of the box, there's an option. You know what I mean? And I just think going for the spectacular goal in a game of this magnitude as well, I think that's where you've got to have that composure, just to pick someone out with a bit of quality. Great little ball in behind as well.
Well, just watching a replay on the monitor here.
So lazy. So
does he get to the ball first?
Ronaldo gets to the ball first. Doyle puts his foot in, there's no contact, but Ronaldo then throws his legs in. So for me, it should be a yellow card for Ronaldo. If he's given a goal kick, I've got to say Oliver Langford got the decision spot on.
Well, the free kick now for Swansea just inside their own half. Trailing here by a 1-0 if you've just joined us on TalkSport 2. Cameron Burgess with an early own goal. Terrific ball in from Ryan Longman. And now Franco goes down on the far side in front of a group of very animated Swansea City fans. Full house here at the Swansea.com stadium tonight. And it will be a free kick. James McLean, the Wrexham captain, just having words with Oliver Langford, the referee. And it was McLean who was involved. Well, it was a knee into the ribs of Franco.
Come on, Nigel. It was a shin into the thigh of Franco there, and he's put the hands up to the face. So he knows,
he wasn't hitting the face.
He knew he just had to get to the ball first, because McLean committed. The leg was, and it was a floppy leg as well. You could see by the body language of McLean.
But James McLean is probably getting more football for Wrexham in the Championship than many people anticipated. This is 10th start, also come off the bench on 6 occasions at the age of 36.
I think experience plays a massive part in that, you know. I think knowing what the Championship's all about, being the leader as well.
Stamanik now finding Franco for Wrexham, quickly forward to Vidal, but a good challenge from Sheaf coming back to squirt it through towards Heim on the edge of the penalty area. And now Burgess at the other end, firing the back pass with some pace towards Vigouroux, who had to take a touch there. The ball spinning behind him, but he quickly regained it. And Swansea will try and build down their right. Don't forget game day back on TalkSport tomorrow. 12:30 kick-off, Newcastle against Chelsea with Reshman, Adam Bridge and Stuart Pearce. And then at 12:30 here on TalkSport 2, Southampton against Coventry with Natalie Sawyer, John Roder and Alvin Martin. Game day live with Adrian Durham. All the goals as they go in on TalkSport. As Inusa comes forward now for Swansea. The cross into the penalty area is blocked. He gets it back, and quickly he was closed down by Longman, who made the challenge, but Swansea have it back again. Galbraith controlling the ball neatly, and he seems to have taken up a central position in midfield at the moment, maybe just a tweak.
Yeah, you see Franco's just moved it more out onto the right. I just think it's just about trying to create space. They're picking up second balls. It's just how they found themselves.
Also tomorrow, Bristol City against Borough at 3 o'clock here on TalkSport 2 with Ian Danta and Perry Groves. Vopotnik on the edge of the penalty area. Waddell with a volley, tipped over the top by Okonkwo. The best moment for Swansea so far. Vopotnik with the set-up, and it was hit with some pace by Malcolm Waddell, and a good save by Okonkwo.
Well, it all came from an excellent ball from back to front from Galbraith there. Vopotnik keeps it alive, great little set, and you know what, I don't mind Waddell taking that one on first time. Needed the hand of Okonkwo to tip it over. Fantastic technique there from Waddell as well. It's just kind of dipping in just under the crossbar as well. Okonkwo definitely had to get the hand to it. Couple yards from his goal line.
Well, Okonkwo was a big part of Wrexham's rise. He was the second choice keeper at the start of the season, following the arrival of Gavin Ward, but his injury has really given him an opportunity to play in the long term. Corner kick, an outswinger towards the near post, headed away by Dobson as the bodies go tumbling. The clearance though only finding Galbraith, and Galbraith with the cross in, blocked at the near post by Dobson, and Wrexham playing by far the more effective football so far, with half an hour played, and the way they move the ball forward and then follow it up as well. Waves and waves of red shirts heading forward. A very well organised team.
Yeah, he's not happy though, Kiefer Moore, because he went and done that on his own. Him and Josh Windass there, that defensive line do need to step up a little bit quicker. They can't be those distances. Swansea picking up all second balls.
Stamanik now, let's fly. It spins off the shoulder of Dobson, ricochets wide to the right hand side of Nanusa. Franco finding Galbraith 25 yards out. Franco again, and Swansea once again finding it difficult to find a telling pass. Now Nanusa on the edge of the penalty area looking for Franco, and that wasn't one of them, because it's cleared away by Doyle on the far side for a throw-in.
Yeah, it's not Anusa's game that. You know, for me, fantastic play. Galbraith, Franco getting it. As soon as Anusa gets it, get at your man. You face up, you're 23 yards on the angle from goal. Take your man on, get yourself into the 18-yard box.
Windass, I think, was looking for a free kick there, but nothing given. The ball in, looking for Waddell, appeals for handball, but no real appeals on the field, and it will be a throw-in for Swansea on the far side.
Yeah, I think it does come off the hand, but I think it's off the thigh and then onto the hand. I think that's what Oliver Langford's saying to the players. Great little ball in behind.
And once again, Anusa looking to thread the ball in field to find Franco inside the area, but it's cleared away up to the halfway line. Cabango recovers it, and then Wrexham unable to do too much with that. Here is Stamanik, who turns away neatly from Sheaf in the midfield and plays it wide to Galbraith to his right. Now Anusa again, straight back in field towards Galbraith. Stamanik 25 yards out, onto the left foot. Timon finding Waddell, who tries to spin away from the challenge of Cleworth inside the penalty area, but he read that well, controls and clears. Burgess quickly returns it forward, but it's overhit and behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, and he's more angle on that, but just put it right in the mix, right on top of the Vopotnik there. You know, you've got Franco all about. Waddell was already kind of coming back from that straight ball, so it had to be either into feet or into body for him to protect it. But Swansea in control of this game at the minute, but like, you have to just, that quality in that attacking third just needs to be lifted. I think Galbraith's had a couple of opportunities where he can cross the ball a little bit earlier, always trying to just look for that pass. Put the ball in the box, you know, ask the question. It's all about delivery, it's all about end product, isn't it?
Wrexham have not had a shot so far, but they lead 1-0 thanks to the own goal from Cameron Burgess. Swansea have had 8 shots, but only one of those has been on target. A number charged down by some resilient defending, but Galbraith has spun out of a challenge here and quickly plays it forward down the line, looking for Franco on the right, but it's hooked away by Hyam, but straight to Anusa. Now Galbraith. Infield to Vopotnik. And Galbraith again. Timon is square of him, but Galbraith rides a challenge, then slips, but does well to guide the ball into the path of Timon. Quickly wide to Ronald, trying his luck on the left-hand side. He comes infield onto the right.
He's pulled him as
He
well.
was having his shirt pulled by Longman, but nothing given by the referee, and Wrexham look to counter-attack here. Moore playing it back infield towards Sheaf, and Longman, who committed that foul, which wasn't given by the referee, unable to keep the ball in play.
Yeah, well, I think it's, you see Vita Matos having a little chat with the fourth. I think the referee will be given that information. You know, he's got to be a little bit savvy, albeit is Ronald known for that? So you're thinking he's always going to try and look for it. He's always going to try. No, but you know what I mean. He's went to floor. Nothing's given. It's not even thought of. There's been a couple of opportunities where I think, you know what, it's a little bit harsh. So he's just got to make sure he keeps doing the right things. Ronald, he's getting himself in some great positions, seen a lot of the ball. I thought it was a great little bit of skill just to open up the goal there. Great defending in the end. I think it was it Cluth or Longman? It was just with a little pull, but like you say, disguise it from the referee.
Free kick given now. Dobson coming through behind Vidal on the far side. That goal that Wrexham scored, or was scored for them by Burgess, only their 10th away from home so far this season, but they've only conceded 10, which is the fewest in the Championship. Now the curling shot hit from around 30 yards out from Franco. It swirls high over the top.
I just don't understand what he's trying to do there. Ronald's completely free. Look at this, just on the moment, just a little reverse pass. He takes it, the movement's there, a little reverse pass. Ronald can take it into the 18-yard box, get a shot away himself, or pick the likes of Vidal or Vopotnik out there. It's just, I don't understand. It is the occasion, it is the game. Everyone wants to be that, I get that goal against one of our big rivals, but it's a team game. Go and win the game, doing the right things, making the right decisions, that quality. Those little kind of small margins it is in that attacking third.
Half-time in League One. Northampton 1, Wimbledon 1. Also half-time in League 2, where Hakeem Adelakun has given Cheltenham the lead against Barrow. And they're in added time at the end of the first half at the Abbey, where Cambridge have just taken the lead against Accrington thanks to James Gibbons. Still 1-1 between Crewe and Bristol Rovers, but Crewe are down to 10 men. Now Franco plays it forward quickly on this near side, but he's closed down by Cleworth. And Swansea have had very little change out of Wrexham's three central defenders so far. 35 minutes played. Swansea 0, Wrexham 1. The own goal from Cameron Burgess here on TalkSport 2. And there is a double bill from the Premier League tomorrow night on TalkSport. TalkSport brings you Everton against Arsenal at 8 o'clock with Faye, Sam and Charlie Adam. And over on TalkSport 2, it is Leeds against Palace with John Dunn and Simon Grayson. I'm sure Palace were playing last night. Here is Anusa coming forward now for Swansea down the right-hand side. Chops back away from the challenge of McLean. Now Galbraith. Stamanik unmarked on the edge of the penalty area. He has it now, but he's closed down by Sheaf. Wide towards Anusa. Doyle showing him the outside, and Anusa takes the invitation, heads towards the byline. The cross was blocked, and does it go behind for a corner? Yes, it does.
Yeah, better from Anusa. I still just need it to be a little bit more. You know what he's going to do. You know where he's going to take it. Just don't allow Wrexham to get back and set up defensively what's going on in the box. Fantastic position. Samanich finds him. Get your man. End product. Don't allow them to defensively set up in the 18-yard box or the 6-yard box there.
Swansea are the only team in the Championship to have failed to score from a corner so far this season, and they will try and end that run here. 7 minutes before half-time, trailing Wrexham 1-0. The corner swung high towards Cabango, nodded down by Burgess, and the ball came back to him, and he jabs it over the top 4 yards out, and that was the opportunity to make amends.
Yeah, 100%. He actually goes and attacks the ball, makes the first contact. It's just taken down, and I tell you what, there was a lot of bodies in front of him. He's tried to snatch at it, but I'm just trying to think, there wasn't a clear path, and he's just he's just not got the right connection. Just try and hit the target there. Give a Okonkwo something to... the ball was going up, wasn't it?
Okonkwo with the goal kick. It's nodded downfield by Stamanik. Ronald beaten to it in the air by Hyam. And then Burgess hammers it forward. Dobson with a missed kick back towards Cleworth, and Vidal will try and gather for Swansea. But here is Dobson again, who's a really important player at the heart of the Wrexham midfield. Sheaf back towards Dobson again. The high ball over the top, headed away by Burgess. Stamanik will control and now play it wide towards Timon. Ronald though under pressure has given the ball away. Sheaf quickly finding Windass now. Infield towards Moore, the space on the far side, and an opportunity for McLean to attack the penalty area. The cross high into the penalty area, but it's swept away. Only as far as Cleworth though, down the right, finding Longman again. Longman turning and finding Dobson. Sheaf. And now Longman just checking back when he had the opportunity to deliver another cross in, and in the end Dobson tries to clip it over the top, looking for the run of Cleworth, and it's overhit, and it will be a goal kick.
Yeah, he took on the harder pass there. I think Windass had done excellently well, presented himself, and was in a great little pocket as well. Just about 24 yards from goal, but central. That's where Dobson just needs to fire it in with a little bit of information on the pass.
Now Waddell has been caught by Dobson, and it will be a free kick once again. Joe Allen out on the edge of the Swansea technical area with Vitor Matos. He had a loan spell at Wrexham in the early days of his Swansea career when Dean Saunders was the Wrexham manager following their relegation to non-league football. And Okonkwo will hammer the ball downfield onto the head of Timon, who rather loops the clearance up in the air. So too does Dobson, and then nodded forward by Thomason. But here is Galbraith trying to play in Franco, but it's Wrexham who gather again, and Moore will chase down the left-hand side, but Cabango gets there first, slides in, and it will be a throw-in, and there is a Wrexham player down, Josh Windass, just inside the Swansea half. 4 minutes to play in the first half here on TalkSport 2. Wrexham leading by a 1-0. And more live football coming up on Monday night on TalkSport in the Premier League. Fulham against Nottingham Forest, and then on Tuesday it is the outstanding Carabao Cup quarter-final, Arsenal against Crystal Palace, for the right to meet Chelsea in the semi-finals. Inusa turns and slices a clearance forward on the far side. O'Brien looks to gather for Wrexham, but they've given the ball away, and here is Waddell looking to move it forward now, checks away from Sheaf and plays a good ball into the path of Galbraith over the halfway line on the right hand side. Now Inusa again looking to take on his man, and McLean knew he was going past him, hauls him down, and that's a clear-cut yellow card.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing there. Referee Oliver Langford's got that one spot on, but that's what you want from Inusa. You know, as soon as he gets the ball, that first touch, be direct, don't allow Wrexham to set up. Had to take him down there. James McLean, again, one that he's under a little bit of pressure now, so keep asking him the same question. You know what I mean? It's important. It's a bit of a naughty one as well, just the forearm elbow across the neck and face area of Inusa.
And it will be a free kick for Swansea. In addition to their lack of threat from corners so far this season, they've only scored 2 goals from set pieces, but this in a decent area, and Burgess, Cabango and Stamanik will try and offer the height, but it's played short to Galbraith. Now it's clipped high to the far post, nodded down by Stamanik, but cleared as far as Timon on the edge of the penalty area. Work back towards Galbraith again, and wide towards Cabango. Right-footed ball into the penalty area, but headed away, and now Kiefer Moore will step in ahead of Cabango. Plays it back towards Longman, but Cabango ensures that his ball forward doesn't go any further.
Yeah, I think Cabango was in an excellent position there. He just has to beat that first man with the cross. Just put it centrally, right at the centre of that 6-yard box. That'll trouble Okonkwo. There's enough Swansea shots in there that can actually pick up seconds if they don't win that first contact.
Burgess heading forward for Swansea, and then Franco high kicking to win it back. Stamenik back towards Galbraith as we head into the final minute of normal time in the first half. Swansea 0, Wrexham 1 here on TalkSport 2 as Burgess finds Vidal, who tries to flick it on, but Dobson is there to quickly win it back, and Dobson has been my man of the half because he's just been the continuity player for Wrexham.
No, I think I've got to agree. You know, I think he picks up second balls. He's very, very aggressive, and more often than not, I think in that transition, it is the right pass. He does try and play forward before anything else, and that's what you want.
And we saw the ball forward.
Yeah,
to
for the
find
goal.
Long for the goal. He is being aggressive in midfield, but he also produces that moment of quality as well, which is so important. Now Cabango, wide towards Galbraith for Swansea. And they have had all of the shots in the game so far, but apart from the effort from Vidal, the dipping volley which Okonkwo turned over the top, it's difficult to remember the Wrexham goalkeeper having too much to do. Now Stamenik finding Galbraith on the right. Anusa comes in field. Franco unable to control, but now Timon will shoot it low, and it's another shot on target, but this time it's a comfortable save for Okonkwo.
Yeah, I've got to say, he's struck it. The technique from Timon is excellent from the little Franco touch. Doesn't really trouble Okonkwo straight at him, but like you say, I think it's another shot on target. But Swansea are definitely using the ball much better, getting into some very, very good areas. It's just that quality needs to be lifted definitely in the attacking third or around or inside the 18-yard box.
Single minute of added time at the end of the first half. As it's headed away by Cleworth into the path of Vidal, and Swansea coming forward now. Anusa, right hand side of the penalty area, the cross in low. It's deflected away off McLean. Anusa will try and shepherd the ball out, but McLean will keep it in play. But Anusa now has won it back towards Galbraith. Stamenik is square of him. Anusa holding his position. McLean, of course, on a yellow card. Anusa looking to attack him here into the penalty area. The cross is very deep for Potnik, going down at the far post, but it was an optimistic penalty appeal, and the ball will dribble out for a throw into Wrexham.
Yeah, Anusa's done very well just to kind of dig this one out. I'm just looking at if there's any. He's just holding him, isn't he, Cleworth there? So it's good defending. There is a little hand on Dobson. Nah, there's nothing in that for me. Nothing in it for me whatsoever.
Well, Swansea with 12 shots on goal now, but only 2 on target. And Wrexham without a single shot of any sort. But that's half-time, and they lead 1-0 thanks to the own goal from Cameron Burgess after 14 minutes. A bullet header into his own net after a terrific cross-in from Ryan Longman. Arthur Okonkwo making a fine save to keep out a dipping volley from Malcolm Vidal, but at the moment Wrexham have been the more efficient team and the more streetwise team, and at half-time it is Swansea City 0, Wrexham 1. Thank you, Hugh. Don't look to be any changes for Wrexham at the start of the second half. Of course, they do have James McLean on a yellow card, along with George Thomason following the opening 45 minutes. We're still awaiting Swansea's arrival following the break. But Chris, thinking about what we've just seen in the opening 45 minutes, Wrexham are leading. I mean, Swansea have had so much of the ball, all of the chances really, chances created, but has there been a lack of conviction from them?
From Wrexham?
From Swansea?
From Swansea? No, I wouldn't say a lack of conviction. I think they've reacted well. I think they've controlled their defensive and middle third. I think they've seen a lot of the ball in the attacking third, albeit in the wide areas, without really creating that clear-cut opportunity. I think it's down to decision making and down to that. Now, you're looking at Franco taking a shot on when I don't think he should take it on. Can he find someone else? Ronaldo's had a couple of opportunities where he can get his head up, pick someone out. everyone going for that glory, and I think that's where that needs to improve. I think we're having too much of the ball. I think Vitor Matos will be happy with the amount and the way that they're controlling the game. I think you said pedestrian in your commentary. It has picked up. They have moved it a little bit quicker. I think Vidal done really well. Galbraith getting on the ball a lot in good positions, albeit I think that cross can come in a little bit quicker from him. He puts his foot on the ball too much for me. It allows the opposition to get set and say, come on then, do something with it. Can he be more effective? Because he has that quality, and that's where that clear-cut opportunity when he hit the look, he then set it, and Vidal got that fantastic opportunity from the edge of the box away.
Swansea will get the second half underway. Their team, Vigouroux in goal. The back four, Galbraith, Cabango, Burgess and Timon. Franco and Stamanik holding in midfield, with Ronald, Waddell and Inusa behind Vopotnik in attack. Swansea in all white, attacking the goal away to our right. Wrexham in the red shirts, white shorts and red and white socks on a thankfully dry evening now after plenty of heavy rain before kick-off. The Wrexham team, Okonkwo in goal, Hyam, Cleworth and Doyle the back three. It is Longman, Chief, Thomason, Dobson and McLean across midfield, with Windass and Moore in attack. As Inusa closes down Sheaf and the ball bobbles wide to the far side, but Cleworth will play back towards Okonkwo, and his clearance there was a poor one, put Sheaf under pressure. Ronald gathers, curls it in and just wide, and Swansea almost gifted an equaliser within a minute of the restart.
We're waiting to see this because Okonkwo is beaten here. If Ronald hits the target, look at the position of Okonkwo out of it. As soon as Ronald gets that great first touch, he finds that bottom right hand corner. It's the next angle on the monitor as well. Okonkwo's already, he's rooted. There's no way he's getting there. He already knows. Fantastic quality, Ronald picking up that ball. Hit the target though.
Ronald has not scored since the 13th of September, as Galbraith has gone down clutching the back of his head, and Phil Parkinson tells him to get up, and Galbraith turns and has words with him. All this happening a couple of yards apart either side of the touchline on this near side, and it was Windass who clashed with Galbraith, who now brings it forward, and then Moore with a challenge on him, but it's won back by Franco. Stamanik going all the way back to the captain Cabango, and now Burgess, whose own goal divides the two sides here. 2 minutes into the second half, and
it's a free kick. What is it? How can he not give it? It's a free, it doesn't matter. As soon as Ronald's great first touch by him as well, as soon as there's a pull on the shot, and I've got to say, he's too much. That is a free kick. It doesn't matter. He's going to get on the ball. It's a slight little tug on the arm.
Well, Okonkwo putting Doyle under pressure here, and Wrexham giving the ball away on the edge of their own penalty area. Anusa jumping in, Doyle trying to clear. He's under pressure from Franco, and now Moore plays it wide to this near side, but straight to Stamanik, and Vitor Matos applauds his team because they are the team pressing at the start of the second half, and Wrexham beginning to make mistakes.
Yeah, they've been a little bit more aggressive, trying to kind of even the urgency without the ball, really kind of forcing the issue, pressing well. That's where it just needs to be better. Vopotnik, I understand, with the quality he's got, little one round the corner to Ronald, but they're trying to force the issue. They have to, take necessary risks to try and get back in the game. So when you're Wrexham now and you're thinking, right, okay, they're gonna overcommit. They've got to have the quality. They've got one of the best players in the league with Kiefer Moore as an outlet, as a target man. All right, we'll sit back, but we'll hit him, and then we've got to have energy to break from back to front quality to create those overloads.
Windass looking to do that here. Quickly forward towards Thomason, who manages to get the ball beyond Vigouroux, but it's scrambled away by Galbraith behind for a corner. I don't think the shot from Thomason was going in, but Galbraith taking no chances.
Well, you see shot there, Nigel. That for me, he's not brave enough. Thomason, he's always going to get to the ball first, but he's thinking, I'm going to get hot here. I think he goes, takes the ball, takes it over the keeper. He's got to commit to it there. He's either getting a penalty or he's getting an opportunity. It's not a shot. He's actually pulled out of it. Fantastic goalkeeping from Vigouroux there, but for me, as a striker, you're driving at that. You're making sure you get to the ball first, and whatever happens after that is the referee will have a decision to make.
Dobson will take the corner kick here for Wrexham. 4 minutes into the second half, leading by a goal to nil. Into the near post and guided away by Franco. And it will be a throw-in for Wrexham, which McLean will take on this near side. And I wonder just how much Swansea will try and play on that James McLean yellow card in the second half. They can get Anusa looking to run at him. Galbraith wins it back from Windass inside the penalty area, driving forward. Now Stamanik, Anusa looking to get in behind McLean here. It's a high ball forward, seeking out the Swede. Doyle coming across, and eventually Hyam will hammer the ball out of play for a throw into Swansea, but they've moved the ball up the field very effectively.
Yeah, Stamanik done very, very well there. Quality in behind on the angle.
Now Galbraith again, back towards Cabango, and Swansea had their best spell in the game when Galbraith moved into a midfield position rather than playing at right back. But now Vidal looking to break down the left, but it's hammered away once again by Hyam up towards the halfway line. And Swansea, who have dominated so many facets of the game, but they trail by a goal to nil. Northampton still leading Wimbledon by 3 goals to 1. Cameron McGeehan with those 2 goals in the second half. Cambridge have doubled their lead. Sully Kai with the second against Accrington at the Abbey. And it's Barrow 1, Cheltenham 1. Ben Whitfield with the equaliser to Hakeem Adelakun's goal. And it's still Crewe 1, Bristol Rovers 1, as it has been from early on in that game. Although Adrian Thibault has been sent off for Crewe. Swansea have been penalised here on the halfway line. Cabango with the challenge on Moore, and it will be a free kick. 51 minutes played here on TalkSport 2 at the Swansea.com stadium, and Wrexham lead by a goal to nil, moving within 3 points of the playoff places with 2 home games coming up following this. Windass, and now Sheaf, and back infield towards Sheaf again from Thomason. And Thomason has now overrun the ball and given it away to Anusa, who looked forward for Swansea, and there wasn't really anyone to hit, so he has to come back in field and find Galbraith.
Yeah, I think that's an opportunity for Anusa to ask McLean a few questions, isn't it? You know, he's got more, just over a half to run into. So much space. You know, I think Potnick done everything right there and just kind of stayed away. He's in.
Now Anusa making the run into the penalty area. Okonkwo has lost it, and Anusa goes down over the challenge, but Anusa has stayed down, and the referee will halt play for treatment, but gives nothing else.
We're waiting to see this one in the morning. It's an excellent ball from Galbraith, but what's Anusa doing? Why has he not just got control of the ball? He's actually waiting to try and just kind of lift it over. Get control of the ball. Just come into the path of the ball. Get it down. He's trying to get a little neck over. I don't know, again, just thinking, am I gonna be challenged? And he's looking, he knows exactly where Okonkwo is. For me, it's an excellent ball. Make sure you take a first touch, get control of the ball, and then you can get an opportunity to go.
Brave goalkeeping
Very
by
good
Okonkwo.
goalkeeping. Very good goalkeeping.
No hint of a foul from him,
Nope.
even though Anusa went over him and ended up clutching his ankle inside the penalty area. And Okonkwo now will be able to clear the ball downfield. 53 minutes played. And Wrexham leading here by a goal to nil. And they are still yet to have a shot on goal in this game, but the own goal from Cameron Burgess dividing the two sides. And although many of them were played some time ago, Wrexham are 9 games unbeaten against Swansea, winning 7 of those as Potnick chases into the penalty area here. Franco, though, losing out in the challenge. And then Doyle clears it downfield, and Galbraith barged over by Moore, and it will be a free kick for Swansea.
Well, for me, I don't think there could be too many arguments if a yellow card was to come out from that. Galbraith as well, he's unaware. Kiefer Moore comes through the back. There's no intent to go and try and make any contact on the ball whatsoever. I have to say, I think much better. Potnick threw himself, got a good challenge. I think that's where Franco can go and be a little bit braver as well in the 18-yard box. Just say, you know what, I'm going to get to the ball. I'm going to get to the ball first. A little bit tentative. You know what I mean? Again, just go be strong, go get to the ball first. If you get a contact, then you never know what can come from it.
Vidal over the free kick here for Swansea. And Wrexham have every single player back defending this. And Vidal goes short to Galbraith. Lifted high into the penalty area now. Cleared as far as Franco. And now Timon on the left-hand side. Looking for Stamanik. No offside flag. Stamanik checks and whips the cross in. Burgess with a header. And at the far post, it's nodded behind for a corner kick by Thomason.
He's had to. It's an excellent header from Thomason defensively. He had to. And there was a little contact as well. Goalwards. Oh, I tell you what, it's a fantastic defensive header. He was. It just took it off. So the pocket there. Burgess.
Thomason.
I tell you what. No, the number. Oh, I tell you what. Fantastic defensive header. Hyam it was. Had to make the contact as well.
And it will be Josh Timon who takes the corner kick. An in-swinger on this near side. High to the far post. Okonkwo waves an arm at it, but it goes high and wide behind. And it will be a goal kick and a double change incoming for Swansea. The two players left out tonight, Josh Cullen and Eum Ji-sung, will be coming on very soon.
Yeah, I think two very important players. Is it just straight swaps, like for like? I think you know what you're going to get from Eum. That energy, so direct, in product as well. Liam Cullen, when he's at it, you know, he picks up some great little positions, little pockets. It's about bringing the team in. I tell you what, fantastic ball.
Waddell plays it wide to this near side and Franco. First time into the area, but blocked at the near post by Hyam. Now Inusa for Swansea. Drifting it towards Franco, who brings it down left-hand side. The challenge comes in, though, from Cleworth. Timing with the shot. Bouncing into the penalty area. Hacked up in the air by Doyle and then claimed by Okonkwo. And the Swansea players there rather standing and watching at that as Okonkwo came through them to make that claim. Now at the other end, Burgess winning it ahead of Moore, and then a crunching challenge involving Sheaf and Stamanik, and Wrexham come away with the ball. There's a slip though by Thomason. Stamanik has stayed down. Wrexham now have bodies forward. Longman down the right into the near post where Burgess will clear, and Wrexham continue to play on until the referee eventually stops play.
I think it was a genuine challenge. I think he got to the ball first, but then both bodies just kind of came together. Like Ben Sheafy isn't a small lad, is he? I think Franco definitely took the worst of that. I'm just trying to look at the challenge now. Oh, it is, yeah, he's Stamanic, sorry, it is, and it's he gets him up right on his toes as well. That is a free kick to Swansea, and the referee's in a fantastic position as well. I think maybe he thought Sheaf got a contact to the ball, he was nowhere near.
Well, Swansea will just wait to see how Stamanik is before they make their changes.
He's on a yellow card as well, though, isn't he?
Stamanik?
Yeah.
Well, Cleworth is just having words on the far side with one or two of his teammates, because Swansea have started the second half the stronger side. They still trail by a goal to nil. But at the moment, Wrexham are just hanging on defensively at times, and Malcolm Vidal will come off to be replaced by Cullen, and Zaidan Inusa will also make way. So the two players who came in for Cullen and Eom both head off. So this is the same team now for Swansea, which started the previous game against Stoke. It doesn't look like a change of shape at all. Ronald will come over to this right-hand side, Eom on the left. And Wrexham have had 3 or 4 players just warming up as it bobbles all the way through towards Okonkwo, defending the Wrexham goal away to our right. He swings it forward. McLean will try and keep it in play, but Galbraith comes in to make the challenge, and it will be a throw-in just in front of Phil Parkinson, who was the manager of Bradford when Swansea beat them 5-0 to win the League Cup back in 2013. Now Dobson. Wide to the far side and Longman. Timon just looking to show him the outside, and in the end the cross in from Longman deflected behind, and it will be a second corner for Wrexham in the second half. With nearly an hour played here on TalkSport 2, and Wrexham still leading 1-0.
I think what Longman brings, I'm surprised that Wrexham don't use it.
The Monday Club on TalkSport 2.
A broadcasting juggernaut of sport.
They were in big trouble at half-time.
Professional analysis.
Look at where these tactical fouls are. He's the master of the dark arts.
And refreshingly frank opinion after all the action.
I don't know if they're as open as they were and as aggressive as they were.
The Monday Club, the sharpest minds in the business.
Elite level mentality.
Monday afternoon from 5.
On TalkSport 2.
On Track, Tuesday afternoon from 2 on TalkSport 2. Keep ahead of all the action in the world of motorsports.
He's shown that you don't need to win from pole position.
Extended hard-revving roundups, in-depth racing analysis, and big-name interviews.
If I'd gone 1.5 tenths slower, I would have been P10 on the grid. So it's so tight.
TalkSport 2 rounds up the biggest stories and the latest racing rumors.
Championship points are more vital than ever.
On Track, Tuesday afternoon from 2 on TalkSport 2.
The Social, tomorrow afternoon from 3 on TalkSport 2. An in-depth look at the biggest sports stories.
Bit of boxing, bit of horse racing, even a bit of rugby.
And it's a try!
And some phenomenal guests. If you can't get in this squad after showing the form he showed, I don't think it looks too.
And welcome back to the Swansea.com stadium. Apologies for the slight hiatus there. One or two power problems inside the press box where you've missed nothing, with Swansea still trailing Wrexham by a 1-0. The own goal from Cameron Burgess after 14 minutes. And now it's been won back well by Sheaf on the edge of the penalty area, and the shot from Windass driven in from wide on the right-hand side, and it's across the face of goal and behind.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a cross shot. You know, I'm looking at the reaction of Kiefer Moore there to Josh Windass. You know, if anything, he could take his probably a first touch towards goal, commit the defender, but that opportunity might not be there. You know, so I think Kiefer Moore has to try and just get across the face of his defender there to try and get some sort of contact on that kind of cross shot from Windass.
Quickly played forward up towards the halfway line for Wrexham, but now one back, and Ronald will play it forward. But here is McLean, who wins it back for Wrexham, and Wrexham though have given the ball away on the edge of the penalty area. It was Thomason. Here is Ronald down the right, infield to Cullen. Cullen's got support from Franco. He goes down, but play continues, and now Galbraith finding Franco. The high cross in though is deflected. It's nodded away. Cullen will try and bring it down on the edge of the area. Timon wide towards Eom. Eom's low cross in though is blocked, and he will try and keep the ball in play, and he's done so by the corner flag on the far side, and he'll now try and take on Cleworth. Cleworth has got support from Longman, and Cleworth comes away with the ball.
Great defending there, Cleworth. Eom just trying to wait for that little kind of movement, but he watched the ball all the while. Fantastic defending.
Now Ronald coming forward again. The low cross though is blocked. Stamanik hits the shot just wide. It was always swinging wide, and I think Okonkwo may have had it covered.
Well, I'm not too sure. I tell you what, it's a fantastic effort. Stanisic as well, he's come on to that there, he knows exactly where the goal is. I tell you what, wasn't far away. If it's on target, I think he's got a Okonkwo beaten there. At full stretch as well, the Wrexham goalkeeper.
But Swansea continue to create, but at the moment Wrexham maintaining their clean sheet, and they've not had too many of those away from home in recent times, but now they've given the ball away. Doyle and Sheaf combining to release Vopotnik, but Vopotnik will be penalised on this near side for challenging Sheaf, and the Swansea fan around us not too happy about that.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much in it. I think both players are at it, both at hands on each other. Look at that now, hands on now. And you look at the reaction of Sheaf as well. He actually spins just to get back on his feet. He's not asking for a free kick. Both players are at it. If anything, it'd probably go to the first little pool, and that's Sheaf on the shot, which is. So this is when you go to these meetings, the referees, they say if both players are at it, they're just going to allow that to carry on. That one should have stood.
And I think certainly the Swansea fans around us were making the point that they believe one or two 50-50s have not been given when it's the Wrexham players who are being the aggressors, but Vopotnik was penalised there. Matty James and Lewis O'Brien, the two players left out from last week for Wrexham, will be on very soon. There's Hyam. Plays it wide to the far side and Cleworth. His ball forward though has been closed down by Eon, but the second ball is swept high forward by Wrexham again, and eventually all the way back to Vigouroux, the Swansea goalkeeper, who has had very little to do, we have to say. Now it's played forward again towards Ronald, but Ronald is unable to gather there, and Swansea once again try and play their way through Wrexham, which is easier said than done. Here is Stamanik though, on the halfway line for Swansea. He's got Timon wide on the left. Eom is also in support. Here is Eom now, back towards Stamanik again. Swansea are being really patient here to try and create the opportunities. Eom swept across to the right, and Galbraith, he comes in field onto the left foot, hits the shot, deflected, and Okonkwo was rooted there as it bobbles wide for a corner.
Yeah, it's excellent quality from Galbraith. Just he's great little position he's picked up as well. Fantastic first touches as well. One thing in mind, can he get that shot away? And then he's marshalled very, very well. 2-3 players trying to get in front, getting the block in. There was a contact.
Corner kick for Swansea. 65 minutes played here on TalkSport 2. Wrexham still leading by a goal to nil, but under pressure here at the moment. Timon will take this, an in-swinger, high towards that far post again, and safe hands from Okonkwo high above his head. And he quickly clears downfield, looking for Windass, and Ronaldo's gone back with him. And the ball spins away off Ronaldo and behind for a corner kick.
He's done ever so well there, Josh Windass. Ronaldo defensively in the right position. Windass has nowhere to go, so just basically nonchalantly just flicks the ball off Ronaldo to go out for a corner. He was on his own as well. Windass, all he could do.
It's a corner kick for Wrexham, and they are not hurrying to take this. And they'll make the changes first, and George Thomason will come off. He is on a yellow card, and it's Lewis O'Brien who will replace him. And Ben Sheaf will also make way for Matty James. So rather like Swansea, Wrexham have taken off the two players who came in and brought on the two players who went out from last week.
Yeah, nothing really changes. You know, Matty James, that's what he does. He sits in that, protects it, that defensive unit, allows the likes of Lewis O'Brien. He can do a little bit of both, but can he get into those attacking areas, those little kind of 10 positions? He's definitely an 8 box to box, but he finds himself, and he's got a habit this season, just picking, finding those little, arriving at the 18-yard box at the right time to get on the end of things.
Corner kick for Wrexham. And James with his first touch will take it. Vigouroux coming through the crowd to punch away. Cullen up to the halfway line, but Wrexham play it back into the area. Cleworth rising to nod the ball on, but he was flagged offside, and it will be a free kick for Swansea City, although not from there, as Stamanik looks to take it from outside the penalty area. But they are just beginning to run out of time here. 21 minutes to play. The own goal from Cameron Burgess after 14 minutes. The only goal we've had so far. And Wrexham heading for only their third away victory this season and their first since mid-September.
Stamanik spot on there. He's fantastic first touch as well. Galbraith finds him. He's driving into the centre circle, and this is when he needs a Cullen, he needs a Elam to try and give him something. They had to go all the way back to Vigouroux there.
Now Ronald coming forward down the right. The early cross in, flicked on by Vopotnik, but cleared away at the far post by Longman. And now Timon finding Stamanik. Ronald. He plays it low into the penalty area. Vopotnik on the turn. The shot's deflected and goes in. And Swansea are level. Zan Vopotnik will claim it, but it may go down as another own goal. Vopotnik struck it towards one corner, and it took a massive deflection and gently bobbled into the other. And with 20 minutes to play, it is Swansea 1, Wrexham 1.
I've got to say, I'm looking at that. It's fantastic quality. Stamanik at the heart of it, finding Ronald. Little cut back. I've got to say, it's an excellent first touch from Vopotnik back to goal as well. Just tries to manoeuvre the ball onto the right. Don't know if it was on target or not, but that slight deflection just takes it away of Okonkwo, who's already diving to his bottom right-hand corner, and it goes into that bottom right-hand corner, but it goes into the bottom left. Fantastic quality.
Well, I think it may go down as another own goal. In the end, it was Vopotnik who hit it, and it took a massive deflection.
Massive, yeah. Come on, Nigel. I'm looking at it now. I tell you what,
that's an own goal.
Oh, I tell you what, you got to give it.
You're the striker,
yeah,
but
come on, fantastic bit of quality from Vopotnik there as well. But I've got to say, it's thoroughly deserved. The goal. Swansea have been the better team. Oh, it's a silly one and a yellow card as well. What a silly challenge.
Galbraith will be penalised there for the challenge on O'Brien, but Swansea are back in the game, and on the balance of play they certainly deserve to be.
No, you've called it. Was it 15 points before this game? Wrexham have dropped from winning positions. Yeah. You know, it's about game management, isn't it? With the experience they've got in the side as well. Get the goal, come in half time, not a shot on target. What do they expect? They have to do something a little bit different second half.
Well, once again Wrexham have given up a lead away from home, and they failed to score more than once in 7 successive away games since they last won. And that's a horrible one for a defender. Vopotnik hitting it, and there was nothing Okonkwo could do because he was going one way and the ball went the other. 1-1. The game there to be won for either side now. Vopotnik looking to play it forward. It's a good ball as well, and there's space and time for Franco to bring it forward. Eom charging into the penalty area, and he's in space now down the left. Ronald waits in the area, but it's a good block by Doyle at the near post, and it's nodded back in field by Longman, and a long ball forward, but Kiefer Moore was unable to win that. And Swansea are now swarming around the ball, and Eom again finding Franco. And here is Cullen up towards the edge of the penalty area, back towards Vopotnik, set for another shot which takes another deflection, and this time it's blocked, and Ronald will try and win it back, but he goes into the challenge, and the Wrexham player goes down, Doyle, and it will be a free kick.
Yeah, Ronald's too busy having a go at Vopotnik for not passing him the ball there. I think go and win it. You know, I think Vopotnik, I think he can manipulate the ball. I think the right pass is to find Ronaldo and then make that movement, create another angle. But it's just all about end product at the minute. The game's definitely livening up. Listen to this place as well. Full house as well, isn't it, Nigel?
Yeah. I was downstairs at half-time and someone said it feels like the Premier League days because all the stairwells and all the concourses are packed, and it's not been like that here in recent years. It was Dominic Hyam who deflected that ball in. Vopotnik has been given the goal at the moment. I suppose if it was on target, of course you're in the strikers union, so you would say...
Well, I think it was on target. I think it was just going to sneak into that bottom left-hand corner. I think you look at Dominic Hyam, I think you have to defensively try and get some sort of contact on it as a defender.
Cheltenham have retaken the lead at Barrow in League Two. They lead 2-1 right at the end of that game. Cambridge still lead Accrington 2-0. It's 1-1 between Crewe and Bristol Rovers. And Northampton still lead Wimbledon by 3-1. But the home crowd, who have been frustrated for much of the game, and we can now hear the hymns and arias booming down from the stands here. And there's going to be a double change made by Wrexham. Ollie Rathbone, who came on to make his comeback from injury against Watford and scored in the closing moments to equalise, he'll be coming on. And it's Lewis O'Brien who was going off, and he's gone off clutching his elbow, and that will be a concern for Wrexham. One of their big signings, who only came on a few minutes ago, has now gone off, and Josh Windass has also made way, and Nathan Broadhead, the Welsh international, will replace him.
Yes, when you look at that, the players coming on, it is scary that the quality and depth this side really just needs to click and have that understanding. A lot of football being played, you'd have thought they'd had more of a clear identity, probably a little bit more quality with the players that they have at their disposal as well.
Now Timon will head the ball away on the far side, and it's an interesting point really. Wrexham play a style of football which has got them through 3 divisions and has put them in a decent position as we approach the halfway mark of the Championship. But is this a style of football to get you promoted into the Premier League?
Well, this is a style of football that's had, 45 million round about that spent.
Well,
it has. Yeah, so you'd expect a little bit more of an improvement to that style. I understand if it's working, but still have that still be a bit more quality to it, Nigel.
Double change incoming for Swansea as Wrexham try and come forward now with 16 minutes to play. 1-1 the scoreline as the crossing is blocked by Franco, but Timon will avoid the corner kick on the far side. Wrexham though try and keep it alive. Broadhead back towards James. Malik Yalkoué and Jay Fulton, who seems to have been at Swansea forever, are the 2 players who'll be coming on. But Wrexham enjoying a good spell of possession here, having regrouped following the concession of the equaliser. Broadhead on the far side. Shown too much of that to Timon though. Eon though tries to play it wide to Franco down the left, but it's out of play and it will be a throw-in, and here come the changes. And Marco Stamanic will be coming off for Jay Fulton, and Franco also makes way for Malik Yalkoué, the young Ivorian on loan from Brighton. It seems you are never more than 6 feet away from a Brighton loanee in the EFL, wherever you are. 12.5 minutes to play. Wrexham heading for yet another draw. But there's still time for both sides. Moore, challenged by Cabango on the edge of the penalty area. Breaks back to Rathbone. And now McLean. And it's all the way back towards Hyam, whose deflection sent that ball beyond Okonkwo for the equaliser. But now Broadhead has won it back from Galbraith on this near side, the Wrexham left. He'll come infield up towards the edge of the penalty area. Right foot shot from him takes another deflection and bobbles behind for a corner.
Well, it's excellent from Nathan Broadhead as well there. He's driving in, he's doing everything right, opens up the goal, gets the shot away on target. I've got to say it's Burgess. Fantastic defensive block there from Burgess as well. Fantastic.
Well, Burgess this time stooping and sending the header wide for a corner kick. And it's swung high into the penalty area by James towards the far post. And it was a Wrexham head on the end of that, but another corner kick's been given. It was a good late run into the penalty area as well, but Cabango managing to guide the ball behind.
Yeah, he's done well there defensively, taking responsibility, going all the way, just watching it now.
And we welcome listeners from TalkSport to the Swansea.com stadium. We have 11 minutes to play. It is Swansea 1, Wrexham 1. An own goal from Cameron Burgess giving Wrexham the lead after 14 minutes, but Zan Vopotnik with another deflected goal has equalised for Swansea with 20 minutes to play. Wrexham looking to come forward here from a corner, but it's cleared away from Ronaldo up towards the halfway line. But Wrexham, the stronger team at the moment. Kiefer Moore on the edge of the penalty area. His shot is blocked. Hooked wide by Hyam towards the far side. And McLean. McLean now will try and take on Tymon. The cross into the penalty area gathered by Vigouroux. And for the benefit of our newer listeners, Chris, just give us a quick summary of the game so far.
Well, I've got to say it's been all Swansea even in the first half, conceding that own goal, reacted in the right way. Second half on top again, defensively get that goal, but Wrexham have reacted well, actually giving a much better account of themselves, using the ball, getting the ball into that final third. But it's all about end product for me. Good quality coming in, making Swansea having to defend and defending well they are. But this is what they've done all game, is control the ball, get in, play through the thirds, and just that quality in the attacking third just needs to be lifted just a little bit.
Full house here at the Swansea.com stadium tonight. 10 minutes to play. Swansea 1, Wrexham 1, and the conclusion of this game is on TalkSport 2. As Cullen looks to find Ronaldo on this near side, but it's played back in field by Longman, and Wrexham seem to have rediscovered their poise now. Rathbone, who was brilliant for them last season, and they have missed him in the opening weeks of this campaign. But now Longman finding Broadhead. Broadhead has got Longman in space again. On the left-hand side, McLean making the run in from the far post, but it's blocked by Cabango, and it will be another corner kick here for Wrexham.
Yeah, like you say, good willing runner, isn't he? Longman trying to ask questions in behind. Doesn't need to look inside, like look in the box, just tries to get that cross in. Defensively, Ronaldo does all he can to stop back and get that block in.
Matty James will take the corner kick. Wrexham have a lot of height waiting at the far post. It's delivered towards them. It's Cleworth who tries to head the ball back in field, but it bobbles off the top of his head and behind for a goal kick. Full time in League 1, Northampton 3, Wimbledon 1. Also in League 2, good win for Cheltenham, 2-1 at Barrow. It's still 2-0 to Cambridge against Accrington and 1-1 Crewe against Bristol Rovers. 8 minutes to play here. Ben Cabango just taking a moment inside the Swansea 6-yard area, and the medical team are out to attend to him as the remaining players on the field head towards the touchline to have words with their managers. And I think Phil Parkinson will be frustrated, because even though his team have conceded plenty of possession in the game, they had the lead for over an hour.
Yeah, and only have started to play since conceding that equalising goal. With the quality they've got, I think you can still control the game. You know what I mean? Use the ball, grow into it, get those little short passes in, let the confidence grow, and then when you get into the attacking third, especially when you have the players with the attributes that they have, put some crosses in the box. There was no real end product, albeit crosses, but all of a sudden now, you know, the game's there to be won. It's end to end. It's an exciting game for us, obviously the neutral. But I'm looking at this Wrexham side and thinking, why have they just started to play since conceding that equalising goal?
It's a goal kick which Lawrence Vigouroux will take, and we have 7 minutes to play. Swansea 1, Wrexham 1. Wrexham heading for their 11th draw of the season. There's a Vopotnik from the goal kick, flicks downfield, but it's cleared away by McLean and all the way back towards Vigouroux once again. And Cabango still waiting to come back onto the field. Vigouroux was saying, look, I'll take the goal kick when you allow my captain back on, but Oliver Langford, the referee, only now allows Cabango to return as Cullen tries to flick on, looking for Ronaldo. McLean, though, will get there first, and he's done well there to play the ball into the body of Ronaldo, and it will be a throw-in for Wrexham on this near side, 10 yards away from their corner flag.
You're surprised at that? McLean's not been asked that question in behind too many times this second half. He's been quite comfortable. He's on a yellow card. No, you got
They took
Ronaldo.
Anusa off.
Yeah, but Ronaldo has got the legs on him as well. Get the ball, take him on. I've not seen it. You called it at half time as they were coming out.
Yalkoué now looking to play it forward to Vopotnik, but it's cleared away by Cleworth. Out to play on the far side for a throw-in to Swansea. And Adam Ida will be coming on soon for Swansea as well. It will be interesting to see if he comes on for Vopotnik or they go with two strikers for the closing moments here. Oh, now Ronaldo with a poor ball deep into his own half, where Fulton was able to recover with the Wrexham shirts looking to fasten onto that. Eon on the halfway line, back towards Fulton again, who drives forward here for Swansea. Wide towards Yalkoué, but he's unable to link up with Timon, then it's cleared away by Longman, but Burgess gets there first, hook forward. Eon nods it down towards Yalkoué again. He comes in field, he's got support from Galbraith, but it's further wide towards Ronaldo, who just slips as the ball gets to him, but he's back on his feet, and now he plays the low ball in and it's swept wide, and it was a really good opportunity for Cullen.
Has to be in the back of the net. I think Ronaldo does everything right there, great quality. This is where the goal came from as well, similar. Fantastic way to pass to Cullen, knows where the goal is, got away from his man, make sure you hit the target there.
And Vopotnik is coming off, and Adam Ida will be coming on. The signing from Celtic, a couple of goals so far, and of course he was promoted some time ago from this level with Norwich as a youngster, and rather like at Celtic and Norwich, he spent much of his time so far on the bench. This is his 13th appearance from the bench with only 5 starts.
Yeah, he's a fantastic talent, just consistently needs to get to those levels. You don't know what you're going to get, game in, game out.
Is he what they call a finisher these days? in that not...
No, I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah, he scores some wonderful goals, but again, you see flashes of
towards the end of games.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Fresh legs.
Here is Galbraith. Now Yalkoué on the edge of the penalty, slipped in towards Idar, and it was a good interception on the edge of the 6-yard box by Doyle, who plays it long downfield but straight out of play.
You see the frustration of Kiefer Moore as well there. So much room for error on the pass. Just make sure you put the laces through it, but it's in behind Cabango. It's a running race, it's a tight one as well, that, but just there was no quality on the pass from back to front there.
2.5 minutes to play. Swansea 1, Wrexham 1 here on TalkSport 2. Sam Smith will be coming on soon for Wrexham, the former Reading player. Now Ronaldo, challenged by McLean, and then hooked away by Rathbone, but Cullen heads in field. Yalkoué looking to charge to the edge of the area. Idar now managing to roll his man. He plays it back towards Ian with the shot. Curls it right-footed but over the top.
Well, fantastic from Ida as well. Good strength, protects the ball. The way to pass to Eom is excellent, and he just comes on to it just to try and find that top left-hand corner as well, but just couldn't get the action. In fact, it's more central. But like you say, Okonkwo is comfortable. Knows it was going over from the minute it leaves the foot of Eom.
Well, they've had 20 shots in this game, Swansea, but only 3 on target. And Wrexham, nothing like that, but they've also had the opportunities to go back ahead, and they're throwing on another striker in the closing moments here. As Galbraith hooks it forward. Good leap by Doyle above Ronaldo. And now Ida never gets off the ground as Doyle wins that header. And here is Galbraith in behind, and Ronaldo's done well to pick the pocket of McLean, and as he gets it back from Cullen, he's just unable to keep the ball in play with McLean out of position. If it stays like this, Swansea will move up a place above Sheffield United to 18th, and Wrexham will remain in 15th, but they are, or would be, at risk of just losing some ground on the top 6 with the games coming up tomorrow. And we've got Southampton against Coventry coming up at 12:30, followed by Bristol City against Middlesbrough, with Newcastle against Chelsea over on TalkSport at 12:30. And then at 8 o'clock, Everton against Arsenal on TalkSport, Leeds against Palace here on TalkSport 2. 20 seconds of normal time to play. 1-1 at the Swansea.com stadium. Galbraith will take the free kick here. Smith still waiting to come on. And the free kick is high. Okonkwo comes a long way, punches it up in the air. The goal is empty here. It's nodded back in field towards Ida. He's lost it, and Ida's put it in, and Swansea have won it in the final minute. An absolute nightmare there for Arthur Okonkwo. What on earth was he doing, the Wrexham goalkeeper? He has gifted the victory to Swansea as we tick into added time, and Adam Ida has stepped off the bench, and Swansea benefiting from an early Christmas gift.
Well, Okonkwo, I don't know what he's doing. I do not know what he's doing. He's come out, he's tried to recover. I thought he had recovered. Just get control of the ball. Good hands. He knows he's looking to the skies. Massive error. And who's there? You called it again, Nigel. Ida. He's alive to it. He's anticipating the error. Easiest goal of his career. Tap the center. And what a game. The magnitude. What that means to Vitor Matos. What a absolute massive goal it is.
What an absolute calamity though for Wrexham.
Yeah, it's a big error, isn't it? But there he thought he'd recover. He's under no pressure, but he just loses control of the ball. He does onto it. I don't know why he's came to punch.
Oh, then he's lost the ball. He drops it between his legs, and Ida knocks it in from about 4 inches.
Like you say, he's onto it as well, but he's in no pressure there. Okonkwo, usually so good with his hands, but he has got a rick in him. 3 minutes added time it was, Nigel.
Well, well into that. The Wrexham fans are going home in their droves. When they start making that journey, they'll soon realise this isn't a derby, but the atmosphere is like a derby at the moment as Broadhead has gone down, and the Wrexham fans had a long-range view of that, and they must be thinking, again, they've had the lead for so long in this game, they've not built on it, and if that's the winning goal, then what an absolute shambles.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's you leave with a point, and you have something to build on. It's such a poor goal to give away.
Well, Arthur Okonkwo is just standing there. I don't think he can believe it. He punches the ball up in the air, then he catches it, then he drops it between his legs, and Adam Ida can't believe it.
Nigel, he shouldn't have came for the punch. I don't know why he's came for the punch. There's about 8 bodies in front of him in the box. There's no reason for him to come there. Let his defenders deal with it.
Well, Dominic Iam's coming off, and Sam Smith will come on. Wrexham, who led this game for so long, are now trying to rescue a point, but many of their fans don't think they'll do it because they're going home. They came here in great numbers with great optimism, but Swansea will hope this is a turning point, and Wrexham will be hoping this isn't a turning point. But here's an opportunity still. Rathbone, who scored a very late equaliser last week against Watford, coming forward, but sliding in was Cabango, and it will be a throw-in.
Yeah, it's a strong challenge that from Cabango.
Well, we're now up to 7 minutes of added time has been given. We are into the 4th minute. Of course, we had a long delay after the goal was scored by Ida, but it's a corner kick here for Wrexham, and Ronaldo's gone down, clutching the back of his head. Still time here for Wrexham to rescue something.
Yeah, definitely. That 3-minute board went up right on.
Well, McLean trying to step over Ronaldo, clipped him on the back of the head there with his boot.
Yeah, on a yellow card as well.
Well, not seen by the officials, may have been accidental. Corner kick from James into the near post. Ida is there to head the ball away. Ronaldo at the far post, looking to win it back, but here is Yalkue. Yalkue looking to spread the play, trying to find Iam on this near side, but it's overhit and out of play. Well, Vitor Matos heading for his third victory as the Swansea manager. And after all of the build-up to this game, it looks like a catastrophic goalkeeping error may have decided it. But there's still time for Wrexham. Rathbone. Back towards James. High in from Doyle, and Vigouroux comes, safe hands from him.
That's what you want, Vigouroux. That ball was just too close, needs to be a little bit under hit. Comfortable one for Vigouroux to come and claim.
Well, the ball straight out of play. Phil Parkinson is screaming at the Swansea fans to get the ball back in, but I don't think they were listening to him. But it's back here with Cleworth, all the way back to Okonkwo. And for a number of reasons, this will be a game, in these parts certainly, that will be talked about for some time as Ronaldo goes down. No free kick given. Still 2 minutes of added time to play. Swansea 2, Wrexham 1. It's all happened very late for the Swans. Cullen,
what's he doing?
Has been pushed over by Rathbone.
He's went in with it.
And it's a free kick.
Well, to be fair, he's went in with the elbow there, McLean. It's not. Wait to see this one on the screen, because he shouldn't be on the pitch for the little stamp. And then watch this, he actually leads with the elbow here. It's a poor challenge from McLean.
Well, there are words between the two technical areas as well, and a member of Wrexham's backroom team is being pulled away by a steward there and told to go and sit down. Tempers boiling off the field here, and Gavin Ward, the fourth official, who I have to say is one of the smallest officials in the league, is trying to keep order here. Yellow cards being shown to members of both backroom teams, which I think is sensible refereeing from Oliver Langford. 45 seconds of the 7 minutes to play. Swansea heading for a victory. Coming from behind. A game of an own goal, a massive deflection and a goalkeeping error, but it has certainly held the attention. Swansea have a throw-in on this near side and they're not hurrying now. The referee, though, telling them that extra time will be added on. Galbraith with the long throw. Hooked away by James. And now played forward by Timon. And Doyle unable to keep the ball in play, but it will be a goal kick, and we are into the 98th minute. Do Wrexham have time to get the ball forward one more time? Vitor Matos is claiming that time was expired. But Okonkwo takes it, flicked on by Moore, and then nodded on by Broadhead. On the edge of the penalty area, Rathbone unable to gather. It's hooked out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Wrexham. McLean takes it. Back towards Doyle, all eyes on the referee here. Doyle with the high ball forward, wide to the far post, headed away by Timon. And that's it. Well, what a finish. And what a night at the Swansea.com stadium. And it's Swansea City who celebrate. This may not be a derby, but the win is being celebrated like a derby. The Wrexham supporters cannot believe what they've seen. They led this game for so long, thanks to the own goal from Cameron Burgess. But in the final 20 minutes, Amber Potnick equalising thanks to a massive deflection. And then in the 90th minute, Adam Idar gifted the winning goal after some calamitous goalkeeping from Arthur Okonkwo. Swansea pull themselves away from the bottom three. They'll enjoy Christmas, but Wrexham, with so many high ambitions, will lose ground in the playoff chase, and this really is one that got away for them. Full time, Swansea City 2, Wrexham 1.